it always is daunting. Like, this is my third show that I've written about young people, and it does sort of feel like, that in some ways puts a target on your back of like, is this going to be good?
Hello, Charlie. Hello, Mindy. How are you guys?
Good. Hi.
Hey, Tyrone.
Good. Well, first of all, congratulations on this very funny and relatable show. It's obviously good writing, but it almost feels like it's not written. It almost feels like it was like a collection of journal entries of things that actually happened, and then you just made it into a show. So congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Well, I like any sentence that says, obviously it's good writing. And then I just kind of
Mindy,
like,
you got a good track record. I'm not sure if you realize.
I just disassociated and I didn't hear even the rest of the question. I was like, I got my compliment. Now I'll just think about something else. No, thank you so much. I think one of the keys is we have an incredible writing staff led by our showrunner, Charlie Grandy. This is going to make me sound really old, Tyrone. I was thinking earlier how long I know Charlie, and it's 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not good for either of us.
No. That's real damning, or I'll have to edit that part
Yeah, I want the story to be like, we met at Coachella 2 years ago.
We're writing life as it happens to us. We're in our young 20s
We're in
right
our young
now.
20s, and Hulu was like, hey, that duo that met at the music festival, they got something cool.
They have their
to
finger
say.
on the zeitgeist. They know what it's like to be 20 right now.
Charlie, in fact, has a 20-year-old
Yeah, my
daughter.
kids. I draw on my kids for a lot of inspiration at this point.
All three of us are going through the same thing at the same time. I've been in this industry now about 16 years. I'm trying to wear those numbers with a badge of honor. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I'll say this, it's like, it always is daunting. Like, this is my third show that I've written about young people. And it does sort of feel like, that in some ways puts a target on your back of like, is this going to be good? So it's really important to Charlie and me to have a very young, critical, opinionated group of writers who make sure that everything feels really real.
Yeah,
for sure.
And it was helpful with the cast as well. I mean, the cast is all very young. I mean, they're incredibly experienced actors for their age. But again, if it feels real to them, and but I loved when you said that it really didn't feel that written because they were so organically just performing these sort of situations. And so they added a lot of authenticity to it as well.
Avantika, you guest starred in Sex Lives of College Girls.
Yeah.
And now you're Abby. So what is your relationship with Mindy like, and how has it grown over the years?
So the first time I met Mindy was, don't really remember if this was, I think this was pre-Sex Lives of College Girls.
Okay.
Or maybe it was post. I think it was post. Maybe, I don't know, but I was 17 and we had only exchanged like messages over DMs. I never had actually met her for Sex Lives of College Girls. And she was like, I'd love to take you to lunch. And I was like, okay. And my dad drives me to this strip mall and he's like, are you sure this is the right place? And I'm like, yeah, this is the address. And I pull up to this parking lot, 17 years old, and it's this French restaurant in LA that is in
Le Trois Fois.
It's in a strip mall.
The Three Kings.
Yeah. It's like in a strip mall in a parking lot. And we sat in a table that was like basically in the parking lot.
Iconic croque monsieur.
I tried escargot for the first time with Mindy. And I just remember being like, how fun. My dad's sitting like 100 feet away in his car, like waiting for me to be done with lunch. And to now, like, she's my boss is so funny to me. I just like, no one, 17-year-old Avantika wouldn't have really believed it. But this was like the ideal case scenario to have come out of a lunch like that.
It's definitely working out. And it seems like Ella co-signs the restaurant as well.
Yes.
So the bond between the five main characters seems to be like a real genuine bond. Ella, I know you're a singer as well. So how did the group singing along to Miley Cyrus help build that bond?
That was actually right at the end of the shoot. And we had been discussing all the way through the shoot that we really must go do karaoke together. The bonding, I mean, we've all said this a bunch. It happened very naturally and fast too. Like, what great luck we were all in to work together and to connect so immediately. Like, we met at Avantika's chemistry read, and certainly for me, it was like love at first sight. And I think you can really see that in the show. And I think it's part of what will hopefully make it a comfort show for people. But yeah, at our wrap party, we had a karaoke station and I did my signature Shaggy It Wasn't Me. That's my karaoke song. And we sang but the highlight of the night was The Climb, led by the great Nicholas Duvernay, who has charisma.
Who's like
up the wazoo.
And is like needs a Broadway career stat.
He does.
He's the most like ridiculously good undercover karaoke singer.
Yeah.
And like how nice
Sneaky.
they rented out the entire place. We didn't have to wait in line for karaoke.
Great.
We could take over
love
the
that.
entire floor. It was perfect.
That's like one of my favorite things is discovering one of your coworkers can actually sing at karaoke. There's always one that shocks you, no matter what workplace you work at.
Exactly.
You go to
There's
karaoke and
always
you'll be like, oh wait,
one.
what?
Yeah.
And he's so unpretentious, you can't even be upset. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can't even be upset being like, why are you killing it when we all are off key and terrible?
Well, that's why I do Shaggy It Wasn't Me, because I had a
Right.
friend in school explain to me, because I was always in choir, I sing, and I had a friend explain to me very young that it was not cool to sing well when you're just hanging out with your friends.
It's not
You have
social
to sing
etiquette
like
to be
shit.
cooking
Right.
at
You don't wanna show
karaoke
off
when
too
your
much.
friends are not as experienced.
Yeah.
singers, for
Fair
sure.
enough. My last quick question for you, Avantika. Abby is a stylist,
Yes.
assistant celebrity stylist. Is there anybody on set or celebrities style that you currently love?
Oh my God. So my costume assistant, my personal Sarah, shout out Sarah, who also did me for Mean Girls. Love her style. She's
Love
so boho. She's so eclectic. I love my stylist style, Katie. I love Yuja Wong, who's like this fabulous piano player.
Amazing. Yes.
She's so sexy.
So sexy.
And her style is incredible. I love Elle Fanning's style.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
It's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
And I love Rihanna, obviously. I love Phyllis Cow. She's like a Sotheby's like auctioneer.
Wow,
Also,
you asked the right question.
also pulls
Yeah,
out
she gave me some good ones. And Elle Fanning had an amazing award season run too.
She did. She looked gorgeous.
Beautiful.
You and Mindy go back to the office days, which I'm sure there was a lot of not suitable for work examples that have happened naturally there.
Wait, that show could have also been called Not Suitable for Work.
Yeah, 100%.
That was the show about just inappropriate behavior at work.
Yes, yeah.
Exactly. But Charlie, I want to know what you think makes her comic voice stand apart and stand out.
I think about this a lot because I've worked with Mindy for so long, and it's been just such a highlight of my career to be able to work with her. And I feel Mindy's comedy comes from a place of joy, which is just so wonderful to be a part of. I think a lot of comedy, especially I came from New York and late night, and I had loved stand-up, and that comes from a place of kind of hurt and anger. And I feel like Mindy's comes from a place of joy and possibility and hopefulness. And it's just so wonderful to exist in that world and to write in that world and sort of look at everything through that lens. That's what I like about it.
That's so interesting because I think of the characters as all having big chips on their shoulders and like with lots of complaints. But yeah,
But hopeful. They all think it's going to turn out fine. And I think they genuinely
interesting.
have good hearts and they're misguided, but I feel they're all good people.
Oh, that's nice.
I definitely follow what you're saying, Charlie. Lastly, I guess I'll get you, Mindy, to comment on working with Avantika and Ella and some of these younger voices and this younger energy and watching them thrive.
Well, we feel lucky because Charlie and I have been doing this for a long enough time that you can be proud of the writing. You can have assembled the best department heads, which we have for the show, and you can shoot. You know, we both live in LA. Each of us have 3 kids. It's enormously inconveniencing to shoot a show in New York, but we felt like we wanted to do it so the show could feel real. But you could only do so much behind the scenes, and then it just becomes about the cast. And we feel so lucky that not only are they so funny and so naturalistic, but they seem to have this bond with each other, this chemistry. There's obviously like the romantic chemistry between some of the characters, but like the 2 actresses that you mentioned, like they have such a natural comedic bond with each other, and it comes from a fondness that they just developed. And, you know, you can only hope for that as producers on a show, and we really lucked out with that.
Yeah, that you actually nailed it, because I just spoke to them, and that's exactly what we were talking about, was them bonding, their karaoke, and them just enjoying each other, and they gave for a good interview, just like you guys just gave me.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.